It's old news that the new PlayStation 5 hardware is going to be leagues ahead of current gen consoles, with examples of load times being up to 15 times faster, 8K resolutions, ray tracing, and this new partnership between Microsoft and Sony with Microsoft Azure. It is no wonder that people are excited and yet also skeptical to see what next gen consoles will bring. But what does this new partnership between Microsoft and Sony mean for the next generation of consoles? And how will this affect the average gamer? And is this going to be what kills Google Stadia? Hello everyone, my name is Jacob, and today we are going to be taking a deep dive through all the news that we have received from Sony and Microsoft and try to get a better understanding of what the next generation of consoles is going to look like. Alright, so as I said earlier, the PS5 is going to be a beast of a machine, with confirmation on the old style mechanical drive being replaced by a solid state drive, making for things such as load times and saving of files to be much faster. They will also be implementing a custom AMD graphics card with ray tracing, allowing for more realistic lighting by tracing out each ray of light from the source, following it till it's either absorbed or until it reflects off the surface and continues. This will allow for more realistic shadow and light maps. Not to mention, it will have the ability to output upscaled 8K video, which is pretty awesome. And now we have word that Microsoft's system is going to be even more powerful than that. It is just crazy to think about. Now, Microsoft and Sony are partnering up to create a better experience for the gaming community by implementing a version of Microsoft Azure, which is causing a lot of rumors and speculations, making it a little hard to understand just what this means for the individual gamer. So what is Microsoft Azure? Well, Microsoft Azure has been in development since as far back as 2008, described as a smart cloud computing service that could sort through and effectively build, test, and deploy software using Microsoft data centers. It allows the clients to do things like hosting and storing website data, running simulated virtual machines, hosting app services, self-learning AI, and much, much more. It also has an AI that handles data loads between Microsoft servers to assist with distribution of data, and with dedicated servers all around the world, it is more than capable of handling anything they can throw at it. But what does this mean for gaming? Well, to put it simply, not only is it a way to bring in cloud gaming like Microsoft's Project X Cloud, which is also using a build in Azure, but it would also make for much faster download speeds for things like digital games, applications, and system updates, as well as being highly optimized for other cloud services, which we seemingly got confirmation of by Microsoft in an interview with The Verve, in which they state, the two companies will explore joint development of future cloud solutions in Microsoft Azure to support their respective game and content streaming services. There is a common misunderstanding that when companies talk about the cloud, they are just referring to streaming. But that is not the case. Both companies' respective network services is handled in the cloud as well as the streaming services, like PSN, Xbox Live, PlayStation Now, xCloud, and PlayStation TV. And with them specifying that they will work on creating solutions for gaming and content streaming, we know there is more at play than just simply creating a streaming service. And as much of a fan that I am of PlayStation, having owned all PlayStation consoles at one point of time or another, even I can admit Sony's network service is just not as good as Xbox Live, especially when compared to downloading and uploading from the system, and not to mention Xbox Live is just a faster and smoother experience overall. And with Sony and Microsoft working together to create something for both of them to use, we can expect things like PlayStation Now and PSN as a whole to get a much needed facelift, and some slight improvements in Xbox Live as well as the previously announced Project X Cloud. Some of what I'm about to say is going to be just pure speculation mixed in with some older news, but be rest assured it's not just blind hopes either. While this partnership between the two companies will definitely be a start in that direction, and we can likely expect to see things like xCloud and PlayStation Now to start being more improved upon and gaining popularity as time goes on, they would not be able to focus on them entirely moving forward for a few reasons. The biggest of which is simply that the world's internet infrastructure is not quite good enough in many areas to do so effectively. Not to mention, this agreement was not official until this month, And with confirmed backwards compatibility with PS4 games, peripherals such as the VR, and with Microsoft saying that Project X Cloud is going to be a service for multiple Windows-based devices, we can expect that cloud gaming is going to be a work in progress and will not be perfect for a while, getting improved as time goes on. So next-gen consoles will still need to focus on standard distribution. We can expect things like cloud gaming to start building up and becoming more standard and kind of matching up with standard distribution later on in its life cycle, but they're not going to be able to get completely rid of it. This will give them time to test it out and improve upon it while also getting more gamers on board with this idea. We will probably see more and more of cloud gaming. However, we most likely won't be seeing strict streaming style consoles until the 6th generation. So you can rest easy knowing that you don't need to have an incredible internet connection to enjoy your hobby. But while we wait, let's try to figure out how much it will cost to buy into the next generation of consoles. Now, I have no doubts that this is going to be the most expensive of generation consoles yet. After all, this type of technology doesn't come cheap. However, with that being said, after Sony's miserable time trying to sell the PS3 back at its launch price of $600 and having to try to cut it back, and with the PS4 and PS4 Pro both launching at $400, with Microsoft releasing the Xbox One and Xbox One X at $500, and now we have also gotten word from Sony saying that they are going to be keeping the price for the PS5 in a reasonable range for people living on a budget. So all said and done, I think we'll be seeing next generation of consoles in the $500 to $650 price range, with the PS5 being closer to the $500 $550 price range, and whatever they call the new Xbox in the $550 to $650 range, which is quite a bit of money for the average person. But however, with how powerful this generation of consoles is, alongside the type of stuff that they will be providing, such as cloud gaming, it is going to be well worth the price. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, and if you didn't, dislike, and comment with any feedback on this video so that I can get a feel for what to do with this content and how I may improve upon it. I'll be reading all of your comments. Zach and Gabe, if you are still watching, please feel free to stop the video here. As for those still watching, this video is for a shot at a position with Switchforce. However, I have actually been thinking about switching to this style of content myself, but haven't had the chance or reason to do so. And even if I don't get the position over at Switchforce, I think I'm going to be keeping this style of content for my future videos. However, due to the inconsistency of this channel and my sporadic upload schedule, it has been an uphill battle with YouTube to get noticed, which already was hard enough being a small creator. With that being said, I may have to delete this channel in order to do so. A better explanation and more news on that in a future video. In the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next video.